So hey everyone, welcome to today's class. So today you're going to learn something pretty new and interesting, and we are going to learn about two services today. One which is Amazon Kinesis video streams, and the other one which is Amazon Rekognition. And you're going to love both of these services. It's pretty amazing in nature. So we are going to deep dive into these services, and we are going to look at how we would probably use a video stream and then do some kind of image recognition or video recognition on that. So let's go ahead and get started. So Amazon Kinesis video streams, it makes it easy to securely stream video content from millions of devices for any kind of analysis or for any kind of machine learning in order to probably find out. So let's say, for example, you're working in an industry where you're using a lot of devices, and these devices are thermal devices, right? And you would like to send all of the thermal video data all the way to Kinesis video streams. So over that, what you could possibly do is run your machine learning algorithm and find out how much heat those thermal images are generating through those devices, right? And then you will be able to go ahead and do any kind of alerting based on that. That's possible. So you can do any kind of possibility when you start streaming videos into Kinesis video streams. So another classic example would be wherein you would send all of your traffic light video streams onto Amazon Kinesis video streams, and then you would use an image recognition algorithm to find out if there is any vehicle that is crossing a particular line or something like that, or probably you want to find out certain people who are not adhering to the traffic rules or something like that, right? So that is also very much possible by using Amazon Kinesis video streams in accordance with any kind of ML or AI libraries, right? And Kinesis video streams, it automatically provisions and elastically scales. So it's a serverless based service, I would probably say over here, because the underlying infrastructure is being taken care of by the cloud provider. So you don't have to worry about all of the necessary infrastructure that you have to create in order to ingest all of that streaming data from millions of devices. It again durably stores all of your data because it uses S3 as its background, and it also encrypts all of your data in REST using KMS key, as well as it encrypts your data in transit using the TLS protocol. And it also indexes your video data in your streams so that it's in the right order. And this indexing can happen based on the timestamp, right? And it allows you to access your data with easy APIs that you can possibly use. So today what we will be doing is we'll be using the Java API or the Java library for Kinesis video streams in order to send a bunch of data, or probably I would say H264 format data into Kinesis video streams. So Kinesis video streams also enables you for playback video on live as well as on demand. And you can quickly build applications that take advantage of any kind of computer vision or video analytics through Rekognition video or any other libraries which are in the market that you could possibly use, which are TensorFlow or OpenCV or Apache MXNet. So some of the benefits of using Kinesis video streams is that you can stream video from millions of devices. You can use radar devices, you can use LiDAR devices, you can also use traffic camera devices that run with an agent. So you can possibly use any device in order to stream all of your data to Kinesis video stream. And you can build real-time vision and video-enabled apps using ML algorithms. You can also play back all of these videos live as well as recorded on demand by using the HTTP live streaming API, which is a HLS protocol. And you can also play back this on devices which use like your browser or probably your mobile phone and so on, right? And another benefit is that it's secure with data encryption at rest using KMS, which is key management service. And it's encrypted in transit using the latest version of the TLS protocol, which is V2. And it's also durable in nature, and you can also go ahead and search that storage, because you will also be able to go back 10 seconds in that video, go forward 10 seconds in the video by using S3, and you don't have to worry about the infrastructure that you want to manage. So it's an amazing service to get started with. So this is how Amazon Kinesis video stream works under the hood. So all of your input, which comes from streaming media from camera connected devices or probably any number of devices that you would like, millions of devices that you would like to send all of your data, you can send it to Kinesis video stream, which ingests, durably stores, encrypts, and also indexes your data based on the timestamp for any real-time playback or analytics. And then you can use Rekognition video for doing any kind of video-based analytics, assigning tags or identifying objects in that video, or probably go ahead and use SageMaker, which is the AWS service for building, training, and deploying machine learning models. You can also use these open source machine learning tools such as TensorFlow or MXNet. You can also do HLS based media playback on all of your connected devices, whether it be a mobile phone or a browser based device. And so it's pretty much, all of the possibilities that you can think of regarding video streaming is possible with Kinesis video streams. So one particular use case over here is when you connect your doorbell with a camera and you connect that with a WebRTC interface with Kinesis video streams, it enables you the two-way media streaming. So whatever the person talks on the other side, you will also be able to hear it on this side, and whatever you talk on this side, that person will be able to hear it on the other side, right? So that kind of two-way media streaming is possible using the WebRTC capabilities in Kinesis video stream. But then what you would generally do is you would stream all of that video data that is being captured by your doorbell to Kinesis video streams, and then you can also play it back on your smartphone device or any browser that you use on your laptop, and then you can directly communicate with that person through that WebRTC protocol capability that Kinesis video stream allows us with, right? And one other use case is having a smart city wherein you can possibly have all of your camera related video sent from your traffic cameras that you have set up across the entire city, and you can send all of the data into video streams where it indexes this from millions of cameras citywide. And then you can use your Amazon AI services in order to find whether any license plates in some vehicles and possibly send alerts. And then your law enforcement officials can react in real time, right? If there's an accident also, this will be pretty helpful for an ambulance to probably come and save those people, right? So it's a pretty nice use case. Possibly you guys can go and try to set it up. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just go ahead and show you as to how to create a sample stream, right? So when you land up into Kinesis video streams, you go to services and you search for it. I already have it bookmarked on the left side because I have tried it multiple times. So now you have two types of channels over here. You have one which is a video stream, and then you have one over here which is called as a signaling channel, which you would use for that two-way streaming that we spoke about using that WebRTC protocol, right? But right now we are going to go with the video streams. Let's go ahead and click on create, and you have to give the name for the video stream. I'm just going to call it as sample stream. And you can see over here that default configuration is to go ahead and use one customer master key, which is given by KMS itself for Kinesis video streams for data encryption at rest. But then you can specify your own custom configuration where you would specify a key that you would probably own rather than using the AWS's managed key. And the data retention period right now, I'm going to set it to 1 day, but you can set it to as many number of days that you would like, and even to 10 years, because all of your data is going to be residing in S3, right? So let's go ahead and choose this custom configuration, and let's go ahead and click on create video stream. And once your video stream is created, you can see over here we have the monitoring for our video stream where we'll be able to load all the metrics. So if someone is putting data into your video stream, or someone is getting the data from your video stream, and if you are doing any kind of HLS related requests to stream it to any other mobile based service or probably a browser, so those related metrics can be viewed over here. This is given by CloudWatch. And then regarding encryption, we have chosen right now the AWS managed default key that it provides, but you can go ahead and configure your own key. And regarding data retention, we have right now set it up to 1 day. So now where do we see the media playback? You do see the media playback over here. You can even go to that respective date and timestamp, and you can go ahead and view the video. And at the same time, you can go back 10 seconds, you can go forward 10 seconds. You can also download the clip, right? So anything is possible from here. So now let's go ahead and look at one specific code using the Java library for Amazon Kinesis video streams. It's a producer library that we are going to use to send all of our videos. So we have the producer library over here. You can see right now the stream name, I have set it to sample stream. And you can see all of our frame data is residing, and our image data, right? That is residing within the source main resources under the data folder. We have the H264 format frames over here, as well as the audio video frames, right? So you can see all of these. So these come pre-built with the Kinesis producer library just for us to get started with. And you can see over here, we are using the credentials for AWS in order to send all of our data using the access key ID and secret access key that I have configured. And we are using the profile credentials provider of default. And let me just show this to you as to how that works. So if I go to my terminal, and if I say cat /dot /ssh/credentials, sorry, AWS/credentials, you can see over here we are using the default profile, and this is my access key ID and secret access key. this default profile is right now set in my profile credentials provider in order for me to go ahead and authenticate myself with AWS and send all of my video streaming data over there to that Kinesis video streams that we have set up. And the regions is an enum over here. We have set this to US East 1, which is our region where we have the Kinesis video streams, right? So now let's go ahead and run this program. So to run this program, I'm just going to click over here and click on run configurations. And even in this run configurations under arguments, I have provided the access key ID, secret access key, and where my Kinesis producer library resides within this respective folder. So what I mean by that is, you can see over here under library, under Mac, we have this respective producer library file, right? So this is the library file that produces all of our data into Kinesis video streams. And we need this library, which is an additional one which helps us to go ahead and send all of our video stream to Kinesis video streams. So therefore, we would need this, and it depends on the respective operating system that it has been written. So if you're using Windows, you can use the DLL file. If you're using Ubuntu and Raspbian. So one great thing over here is you can go ahead and use a Raspberry Pi device to which you have connected a camera. And from that Raspberry Pi device, you can go ahead and download the Kinesis video streams producer library for that, for Raspbian. And then you can go ahead and stream all of your camera data that you have connected to the Raspberry Pi device, which is again amazing, right? That's also possible. So for right now, I'm just going to run this program. And we are going to go to Kinesis video stream and we'll be able to see. So right now you can see over here, it has connected to the sample stream, and then it's going to go ahead and start sending all of our data. And within a little bit delay, we'll be able to see all of our data over here. Cool. It's amazing. So you can see right now that our live is just 4 seconds behind. You can go ahead and look at all of the streaming that is being sent over here. And then you can also go back 10 seconds. You can go forward 10 seconds. You can pause, you can play, you can also download this clip. And you can see over here, based on the timestamp, we are going to download the clip. You can specify the duration and so on, and then click on download. The clip may not contain all of the media because it's limited to 100 MB in size, right? So you can get this, click based on that respective timestamp, right? So you can go ahead and look at this. So it's pretty brilliant as to how they have set this up. So I think our video has been finished streaming. So based on this, what we are going to do right now is we are going to go ahead and look at Amazon Rekognition, which is their ML service. And this allows a lot of great things. I generally love talking about this. So you can see over here, there are a lot of demos on this side, which I'll show you guys. So you can see we have object and scene detection. So based on this image, it's going to tell us that there is an automobile. There are a lot of automobiles over here with that accuracy. And we have a car, and then we have vehicles, we have transportation, we have person, we have human. And then in the response, you can possibly also go ahead and get the JSON response for this if you're building your own tool and so on based on the confidence value, right? So again, when you click on this image, you can also upload your own image over here, or even use any image URL. So you can see it's urban, it's a town, it's a city, there is high-rise buildings, and then there is water, which is 92.1% possibility, and so on. I feel that this is much better than what I tried with Azure. With Azure and their Rekognition equivalent service, I didn't get this much of accuracy. But with Amazon Rekognition, I got really good accuracy when I started uploading my own videos, photos and videos. So the next thing that you can see over here, we have image moderation, right? Based on that content, right? So you can also click on view the content and you can see the results. You can see the request and the response. And we also have image analysis over here, facial analysis, right? So you will also be able to see whether that person is happy or not, whether that person is smiling or not. So you can see it's 91.7% that person is smiling. Over here, everyone is smiling in this photo, right? So again, it tells you whether it appears to be a male, and you can also move this to the right side. And over here, it appears to be a female, which is 99.1%. You can also move this to the other right side, where you will see that again, it appears to be a female. So this much of content you will be able to get from Rekognition. And regarding celebrity recognition, this is where I like to put my favorite person on the planet who does a lot of jokes. So we have Jeff Bezos, who's the CEO of Amazon Web Services, and we have I think he is the CEO of Amazon. Sorry about that. And Andy Jassy is the CEO of Amazon Web Services. Yep, this guy is Amazon Web Services CEO. So now let's just upload a file of my favorite person on the planet, so who does a lot of jokes. So let me just get his file. I didn't have it. Let me just check. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm still searching. I did have that photo before. Let me just check once. He is indeed my favorite person on the planet. Okay, I think probably I deleted all of the previous photos, or I think it's in documents. Let me just check. Yep, it's in documents. Yeah. So this is my favorite person on the planet. So it's Donald Trump. Let's go ahead and get another photo of this guy. Yep. Now let's see if it's able to find out. So we just uploaded this photo. Yep, it's able to find out it's Donald Trump, 98%. Let's upload one more person. My favorite singer, Rihanna. Let's see if it's able to find out. It's taking a little bit of time. Yep, it's able to find out it's Rihanna, 100% confidence match. And then let's go to face comparison. So you can see over here, you can do two face comparisons and find out whether those two people are the same in two different photos. You can also do text and image, which I love doing because you'll be able to find out, license plate numbers and so on, right? And even you can go ahead and upload a photo for this over here. Let me just see if I have a photo for that. So I do have a lot of Trump photos. Yep. So let's see if it's able to find out this text. Yep, it's able to find it out perfectly. 7JCV393. Yep. And at the same time, you can also do video analysis. So you can find out all the people, all the celebrity, the objects and the activities in this video, as well as any moderated labels. So this is a conversation between Andy Jassy, Jeff Bezos, and another person. Sorry, I'm just getting confused between two people. So you can see it's able to find out that there are two people in this video. So even if I let this video go around, it's an AWS live event. You can see it's able to find out that there are these two people, and then it's a human, it's a person, it's audience, there is an audience, there are crowd, there are people, and then it has detected some furniture also. So this is excellent. This is what recognition does. So again, when it comes to your exam, you may not be able to, probably you may not see some questions on recognition. And even when it comes to Kinesis video streams, they are not going to ask you that much in depth. But just remember that we do have these two features from Amazon, which provides us with a lot of different possibilities that we'll be able to do. Right? Any kind of analysis or video analytics that we'll be able to do is it's amazing. Right? These are two really good products. Okay. So thanks a lot for attending this session, and please move on to the next lecture, and I'll catch you then. Have a great day, guys.